I'm constantly reminded that Angola was recently a country at war. But in the tranquil forest, nothing quite prepared me for this. I'm on day 16 of my expedition to find the source of the great Okavango River. The first 10 days of my journey was spent absolutely alone, crossing the Namib Desert. This is what it's all about. I am utterly alone. And now, travelling with guides, I'm in southern Angola. For the past 20 years, Angola has been at war, to begin with outsiders, and then with itself. In a forest north of the town of Njiva, I have come across a gruesome scene, one of the very last casualties of the war.
What did he say? What happened here, Gonzalez?
What happened here was Eugenio, the owner of this vehicle, was coming from Techamutet to Kunene to Njiva. When he came here with his people on the vehicle, get a mine. Then when he traveled this mine, it was a big accident, as we know. And all of them, they are died here. Only the driver who survived. That's why they took those dead body and buried them all there on this side.
Yeah.
And it was happened on 8 August 2004.
Okay, and how many people?
The people, I don't know, they don't know honestly, but they are saying it was many because the car was full of people. But they remember that who survived on that car was only the driver.
Yeah. And ask him, has the landmine clearance teams been through this area already or not yet?
Ele estava a perguntar se nesta área aqui.
Incredible what a mind can do to a double cab.
Limpar esta área ainda continua.
Desde que foi bom investir nisto. Yeah. Havia passado a desminagem.
Sim.
Havia passado a desminagem. É só ali ao chamo que tem uma área aqui.
Strong to send the desmining company here to desmine this place, and he's saying it's not very, very clean, but from this was the one of the last accident on this place, and from 2004.
My camera is attracting a bit too much attention, so I leave the roadside with Yaku to view the memorial. It turns out to be an unmarked slab of concrete, still surrounded, no doubt, with landmines. We tread very carefully.
Are there any markings on the concrete itself?
No, unfortunately not. It's totally clear. There's no markings. If it was not for the information that the guy on the motorbike gave us, we would not have known who was buried over here. It's a pity. Some of the other sites that we hopefully will find, there is markings with dates and an idea of what has happened.
Choosing a spot very carefully, Andre selects a campsite deep in these splendid forests that have become our friends over the past few days. We are heading for Cassinga, the site of one of the war's most gruesome atrocities. The going is slow, and signs of the heavy summer rains are evident everywhere.
I think this is easy.
Yeah.
We can just go through.
Yeah, we can just go.
Got to check and see how you get around this. Looks like quite a tricky obstacle. It's almost like a day's driving on a four-wheel drive obstacle. Oh, I've come off the main track here. I think this is it down here. Oh well, here goes. So it's sad. I mean, this beautiful, exquisite forest is Absolute no-go area. So I've been told if you walk on fresh footprints and drive on fresh car tracks, you're fine. This is a well-used path. Fine in terms of treading on anything sinister that's going to take my limbs off. It's amazing. Gee, I love this kind of travel. Down this road, on an autumn day in 1978, the soldiers came. Nobody lives here now. This is Cassinga. The day after the soldiers came, 624 people lay dead, 611 civilian. Over 30 years on, those who have done the killing, those who fought the propaganda war on both sides, reflect on what war does to a nation. There are no winners because surely the enemy is war itself. Cassinga will be rebuilt, although some say it should remain a memorial. Its martyrdom stands upon hundreds of martyrdoms in Angola, Namibia, Botswana, all of southern Africa.
Cassinga happened on the 4th of May 1978, and the impression which the South African Defence Force had was that this was a huge training base for the Swapo people of Namibia. They had them on aerial shots, and especially on the soccer field they could actually see the marching grounds and where the training might or could have happened.
Right.
And then it was decided to attack Cassinga, and it took them more than a year to plan the whole attack under charge of Colonel Jan Breitenbach. They came, they dropped the parachuters in here, and they killed over 608 people, 150 officers, which is lying in the mass graves. So it was quite a big, but it was a quick operation.
But now there's another side. There's a story that Swapo said that this wasn't a training camp at all. Well, so the other side was that it was civilians that were killed.
That's right, and I think that's the interesting side of things, especially if you look at the photographs, is that Swapo said that what happened was that this was a refugee camp for women and children.
Oh, right.
So when the massacre happened, there wasn't so many troops around anymore, and that they actually killed the women and the children.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? It's obviously a bus.
Yeah, this is one of those stories about Cassinga that I don't know if anybody will ever know what really happened. It's believed that 116 children. One side of the story is that they were kidnapped out of Ovambo, and another side of the story is that they actually left Overland because they felt safer this side. So this is very much a crucial part of Cassinga itself, saying that it was a civilian town. Where 116 children were transported up here from Ovamboland in this bus, and yeah, what happened to them we'll never know, but if they were really kidnapped and if they left out of their own free will. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's so long ago, but it's a little bit short for AK-47.
But you know, this strikes me as a symbol of this whole thing.
That's right.
Of this whole
Area,
this
yeah.
symbol is the whole area, because now
That's
you're
right.
saying, well, it's probably South Africa.
Yeah.
But if it was South African, it's a weapon that is too new for the event.
For the event,
So
that's
why
correct,
on earth
yeah.
is it here? And secondly, why is it blown apart?
That's
If
right.
it's blown apart, it was part of the conflict.
Yeah, definitely.
They're just
Because-
question after question
That's
after
correct.
question.
That's correct. I'll take you up onto the main road. There's an actual, it looks like a 5.0 Browning cartridge as well that's exploded, open, which, yeah, but it's this whole area is a mystery. This whole area is
can see.
absolutely.
Cassinga is not a very nice place. The memories hang in the air, and as for me, I'm glad to see it behind us. The trouble is, the area is strewn with impressions of war. We are heading further north now to what Jaco has called the Road of Death. I can't wait.